This is how I manifest naturally without any techniques or methods. Hi you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jyotsna and in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to manifest naturally. You don't have to put in any effort. You don't have to wait for your results. You don't have to worry or be anxious about whether I'm doing a method correctly or not, whether this technique is working for me or not. You don't have to worry about anything because all you're going to do is just use your mind and manifest whatever it is that you want. You have to build a belief system in your mind in such a manner that it is unshakable. Like, no matter what circumstances are happening in your life, no matter what situation you are in, having a strong belief system in your mind, which is basically you having a high self concept, puts you in a level where nothing is going to shake you anymore, nothing is going to affect you anymore, because your internal beliefs and thoughts are always working in your favor. You are always the highest version of yourself in your mind. You are always looking at yourself as the best version of yourself, and all your thoughts and belief patterns in your mind are aligned with that. You don't need an external power, you don't need any external validation, you don't have to search for a particular method or do a particular scripting technique. All you have to do is embody the version of yourself who you want to be by just telling in your mind, I believe in myself, I know I can get whatever I want. You have to identify and get conscious on what thoughts you're thinking on a daily basis. Is the thought you're thinking about helping you become your best version of yourself? Is that thought empowering you, or is that thought acting like a liability and is making you feel bad about yourself? And let's be real, the most confident people also hold a lot of insecurities and they also deal with bad situations from time to time. But you know what they give power to? They give power to the belief that they hold about themselves, because no matter what happens in life and how chaotic it gets, they always trust themselves. They always know that they will bounce back. They always know that they'll win no matter what. Like, the game is not over or the chapter did not end. Most confident people and the people who hold a very, very high self concept just don't give power to their limiting beliefs or their insecurities. They don't give attention to what's holding them back. They don't let their negative thoughts or negative feelings affect the belief pattern that they have created and they have worked really hard to form. Manifesting becomes so easy when you don't give power to your limiting beliefs anymore. I am a real life example too. Like, even before I knew about manifestation and law of assumption, I somehow made a lot of things happen in my life without even knowing I was intentionally manifesting for it, just by believing that I could somehow do it. Like, if there was a tough interview I couldn't crack, I would just tell my mind that no, I believe in myself, I know that I can do it. And 90% of the time it always worked for me. The 10% of the time it didn't work for me, something better came instead of that. Whatever the situation was, I always told myself that things always work out for me, or everything's happening for my own good, even before I knew about manifestation. And I know that for a lot of us, so many things don't logically make sense in our life. Like, there have been situations where even if you think logically and practically, you would think that, oh, it's not possible for me or it doesn't make sense. But our brain loves to think logically and it is wired to think logically because the logical answer feels safer for us. Almost like when you're solving a puzzle and you think that there's, a sequence or steps that you have to follow, and that is what your logical brain sees. It only accepts that the puzzle can be solved by just attaching the pieces together. In reality, you can solve a puzzle in multiple ways. Imagine you even got a Lego set. You don't really have to logically follow the steps. Yes, practically following that makes more sense, but you can build random things as well. You can figure out how to do it without the guidebook or the steps book as well. So yes, your logical mind feels a lot more safer because you can hold on to that excuse for a longer period of time. But if you could just step back and think for a second, let me not give power to my excuses, let me not give power to the opinion that other people have. Let me just do what I intuitively feel like doing, or let me just try to manifest my desires. Why is it not possible for me? All I have to do is believe in myself, right? Why can't I do it? So once you start thinking these kind of thoughts that work in your favor, trust me, your entire reality will realign in a couple of days. I wouldn't even be surprised if you get overnight results, because most of my clients do get overnight results. One of my recent clients had to take an aptitude test for an MNC that she's applied for, and she told me that, Jyotsna, I'm really weak in maths. I don't know how to crack this aptitude test. I know that I can clear the interviews. I know I can, go through group discussion, other rounds, and I'm sure that I'll be able to clear it, or I'm quite confident I can. But the aptitude test just freaks me out, and I know that I can't do it. And I was just like, do you know what the cutoff marks are for each section? And she told me a specific number, like this is the cutoff. So I was like, can't you convince your brain that you just get the cutoff marks and you can actually cross it, and somehow overall you will get a good score? Why are you letting a limiting belief like I am weak in maths win? I remember back when I was in my engineering days, I did my undergraduation in civil engineering. So for a civil engineer to join a company like Oracle, which is known to take only people from an IT or a CSE background, like you have to do your engineering in any of these branches. I think even electrical is exempted, but any of the other branches like mechanical or civil aren't even considered. Like, in fact, you can't even sit for the interviews. But that didn't stop me from applying off campus. I couldn't attend the on campus interview, but I did apply for it off campus, and somehow I got selected. And yes, I was quite weak at coding. I did not understand SQL that well, but I was getting trained just like all my other colleagues who were from maybe CSE or IT background. And somehow all of us got projects, all of us got into training, all of us did really well. And I worked in Oracle for 2 years and had an amazing blast. If I let my excuses or my limiting beliefs have more power, then I don't even think I would have joined Oracle. I am the exception, right? So the more you keep feeding your mind with the thoughts that work in your favor, like I am the exception, I know I'm exceptionally talented, I know I can get whatever I want, I know I can crack any competitive exam, that is the evidence you will start seeing in your reality. And you're not really doing any technique here, you're not doing any method. All you're doing is feeding the thought and giving power to the thought that helps you become the best version of yourself. That is all you're doing. And for this, you just have to give attention to the beliefs that are helping you become the best version. You don't have to give attention to the limiting beliefs that are putting you down, that are discouraging you from following your dreams. Because if you can convince your mind, you don't need any technique or method. And I know a lot of us love methods, love techniques, because we do find, that to be more comforting, and it helps us kind of dominantly brainwash our mind into thinking that whatever we want, it's possible for us. I love scripting, I love affirmations, you guys know that. But at the end of the day, affirmations is nothing but making your beliefs stronger in your mind. So whenever you're affirming about things, it's just repeatedly thinking thoughts in your favor that actually create new beliefs in your mind, and these new beliefs help you create the dream reality that you want. You're just creating new thinking patterns that just help you take more action, and they help you execute more in your 3D. Me, affirming comes very naturally because from the time I was a child, I've always been thinking good thoughts in order to believe in myself. Or whenever I would feel negative or whenever I would feel tensed, I would immediately sit down with my diary and just repeatedly write down that no, I know I'm going to do good in this subject, or no, I know I'm going to be successful, or I am going to be placed in my dream company. So this is something that I would always do in order to ease my anxiety. So this was the most natural method that came to me. So I am sure you have the most natural method for you as well. If you are a visual person, then obviously it'll be like a vision board method for you. If you love listening and you learn better by listening, then the saturation method you should use should definitely be an affirmation tape. If you love writing like me, then journaling, scripting, writing as if your dreams are already real. So that is again shifting your identity and helping you get closer to your desires. So you have to find the method that works the best for you, or the method that comes naturally for you. I was recently reading an article by Courtney on Substack. I will link it in the description box below, where she talks about how limiting beliefs are like a toxic ex. You have to stop feeling like you're married to them. And I really love the way she put it, because that is so true. Like, genuinely, if you give more power to your limiting beliefs, then that is what is going to haunt you in your life. Just like how with a toxic ex, a cycle keeps repeating unless and until you realize that it is time to let go, heal, and move on. Limiting beliefs are pretty much the same thing. The more you keep limiting beliefs in your mind that I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving enough, I don't believe in myself, I lack self confidence, then obviously you will see that in your physical reality. Start giving more power to the thoughts that help you become the best version of yourself, that empower you. And trust me, you don't need any techniques after that. I would still ask you to read affirmations or think about an affirmation here and there in your mind, even if you don't want to do a technique. because affirmations are the easiest way to brainwash your mind into thinking that it is possible for you to have your dream life. It's the easiest way to allow your logical mind also to feel safe, because all you're doing is affirming that you believe in yourself. You're just affirming that you're naturally good at manifesting. It's just helping you form new thoughts and new beliefs. So that was it for today's video, you guys. I hope you found it useful. If you want to manifest anything at lightning speed, then I've got your back. Manifest Instantly is a course that I created even for the people who logically cannot believe in manifestation, or who have been struggling with manifesting their dream life because they think it's just not possible for them. If you are someone who has tried a lot of techniques, if you are someone who's waiting for the results all the time, then this is the course for you. A lot of my clients have seen life-changing results with Manifest Instantly. I have all the testimonials, all the reviews on Stan Store as well as on Topmate, so you can check it out. And I'm always adding new books and materials on Manifest Instantly every month. Sometimes it's a meditation tape and sometimes it's an ebook. So definitely purchase it now, because the price is going to increase after a month when I add in a lot more content. So now is the best time to invest in it and get it at the most cheapest price. It's not going to be this cheap again. So yeah, that was it for today's video, you guys. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite affirmation is. Even if you don't believe in affirmations or you don't really affirm in your mind, even a simple affirmation like I believe in myself, something like that also works, because again, it is just a new thought or a new belief that you're forming in your mind. So yeah, comment down below, let me know what your favorite affirmation is. I'll see you guys in my next video. Lots of love. Bye.